Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the ACAPrime DIY 1095 overview. In today's webinar, we'll be going over the agenda, which we'll skip to on the next slide. We will go through some introductions, who's who on the team, followed by an overview of the history of DIY 1095 and how we came to partner with ACAPrime. And then from there, we'll let ACAPrime and the team there take it away and give you an overview of their history and then the filing process for this upcoming year, going through deadlines and the various resources you have, and then certainly how to engage with us after the fact and just reach out with any questions. So with that, just like to give an introduction to myself. I know many of you've used DIY 1095 in the past. I'm Margaret Godwin, one of the founders and key program product directors of DIY 1095. Played a key role in developing that and supporting that over the years. And then on the next slide, we'll flip to that. Let Brett introduce himself.
Yes, hi everyone, Brett Bucell, ACAPrime managing partner and founder. We have been doing this since the inception of the reporting, and we're very excited to work with you and describe our value prop going forward. Along with that, we also have Chief Compliance Officer Ben Smith available to answer any type of complex ACA compliance or reporting questions as well, as his law degree and an accounting degree, and he's definitely a value add for our service.
Great. So I'd like to just do a quick overview, compare and contrast of the legacy process with DIY 1095, and give everyone a preview of what the new process will look like. And I'd just like to call out up front, all of the items we highlighted in orange off to the right, those are things that we would consider improvements over the process today. So keep a close eye on those, and I'll talk through them as well. But if you think back about the DIY 1095 process, it really was very DIY. You'd be given access every year. You'd have to set up a new account, enter your employer information manually every year in the portal. You start from scratch on the template upload every year. You're in there looking for data issues, fixing them. If you're e-filing, you get that massive e-file report at the end of the process, which had a lot of redundancies and confusion in it. Once you get to the point where you're able to finish the process, you printed the forms, you could download the PDF. Then our system, our front-end portal, connected to the Nelco system for e-filing. So to get your status from the IRS, you just had to remember to log back in and check the status, really kind of crossing your fingers and toes along the way that everything went well. And really the nature of the product and the process was DIY, as the name implies. There was sort of minimal support on purpose. And over the years, and with increasing complexity in the reporting and seemingly no end in sight of ACA, it just came time to the decision was made in the best interest really of our clients to sunset the DIY 1095 platform. And we quickly shifted focus to partnering with ACAPrime to take over, and they have formally acquired DIY 1095 as well. So it's not even like it's an option to keep using that system. But even on their basic DIY product or platform, and I'm shifting to the section on their right, even on their basic DIY process, there's a lot of enhancements over the process before. One of them being you don't have to continually re-enter your employer information every year. Once you have that in the system, it's kept there. You can update it if necessary. All of the data is really consolidated into one template. So if you have multiple EINs in the past, you'd have to have 5 different logins for each of the EINs. And in the new process, you can track them all together on one consolidated template. ACAPrime's quality audit is is very much more upfront in the process. So you don't have to wait until you click e-file to get that massive report. They do an upfront quality audit, which really brings to the front all of those IRS business rule checks, and then some that would have been done by the Nelco team. And they have teams. So whereas DIY 1095, you are really doing most of the support, or, most of the debugging, and your benefit broker would be there to kind of help you with some front level questions. ACAPrime has been doing this since day one, and they have teams and teams of dedicated hands-on resources to look at your data, not look at it like manually individually, but look at those audit results, do some quick fixes as needed, always keeping you up to date on what was changed because you have the ultimate sign off, but just doing more upfront to ensure the quality data and reducing the risk or likelihood of a penalty letter down the road. Once you get to the point of e-filing, no more third-party vendor, Nelco, they do their own e-filing. So that is a way to kind of get rid of that additional fee you would have to pay every year. You can always elect for them to do the print and mail for an add-on cost. But then once, once they get that response back from the IRS, there's an easier process to get those corrections made. And then down the road, if you, and Brett will talk about this on some of the subsequent slides, but if you ever want to opt up for a higher white glove tier service, there's the ability for ACAPrime to help with IRS letter responses and kind of get your back there. So again, the last thing here is we'll talk about those full service options. So that's a high level compare and contrast. On the next slide, Brett's going to start to talk about the process to share your data with ACAPrime.
Yeah, thanks for that overview, Margaret. Yeah, so basically our interface, instead of logging into a portal and then entering your employer information every time, really you just set up one secure cloud folder on top of Box and just fill out your template and upload that to us. It's really straightforward. You do that basically once, and we really take it from there. We also have the DIY1095 historical support available. So if you, for clients that use DIY in the past, we still have all those forms ready if you need them as in an archive. And if IRS penalty letters are received for anything filed for those years, reach out to us and we can definitely help you out with that. ACAPrime overview. We've been in the ACA reporting business since the inception of the reporting, helped thousands of brokers, accountants, partners, HRS systems, legal partners, and employers get this done. Originally our DNA is really as systems integrators that became experts, ACA experts. We've really built an ACA expert team. We have options for all levels of ACA technical competence, really with those using the legacy DIY process. Really, we still support that, and we want to make it as easy as possible for you. Again, ACA value prop, easy, accurate. We have guarantees on our service, which are unmatched in the industry, including if we do something wrong on our side that causes a penalty that cannot be abated, then we will reimburse that penalty. We've never had that happen in the number of years we've been doing this, and we have the insurance to back that up. We have that out there to show the confidence we have in our people, process, and systems. We have reasonable and transparent pricing, and we're very, very customer centric and responsive. On our white glove service, spend a little bit of time on that. We basically, rather than fill out that template and put all the coding in there, that takes some employers 40 hours, 60 hours, or even longer to complete. We're like, just give us all of that data from the various source systems, payroll systems, HRS systems, bin admin, carrier, fill out a quick implementation form. We do take that and put it into the template and do all the actual ACA coding, consult with you along the way, make sure it's all correct. We have programs, a quality program to make sure that everything is correct in the template. We also do a manual overview with our team to make sure that the original source data and correspondence given to us in the implementation form is correct. Finally, that includes all of our guarantees on work, and also the white glove includes the IRS inquiry help for any IRS letters. And again, we e-file everything directly with the IRS. So again, all boxes checked for us. Penalty reimbursement fair, which we talked about. U.S. state level reporting is included. This is actually for both the DIY and the white glove. We can help out with ALE determination, affordability testing, and we're there really to as your ACA compliance expert and source to answer questions throughout the year. And at the end of the day, for white glove, what we're trying to do is minimize your penalty risk, decrease the hassle and time and headaches involved in this whole thing, increase peace of mind. This is being done correctly. And here's our service options for our different services. So DIY Plus, B forms, $4.99 flat fee, $100 additional for us to print all the forms. And the C forms, again, $4.99 flat fee. Then $1.25 per form above and beyond that. And then the print mail is $1.99 per form. And on the white glove side, flat fee at $12.45, $4.97 per form, up to 500 forms and no additional fee. Then the optional, the print mail is a little bit less on the white glove, actually $1.59, and then finally $89 per EIN. As a reminder on due dates, recommended decision December 15th. Anytime you want to sign up, you can. Recommended to get us the data by January 15th. Our typical turnaround time is around 10 days. We have guaranteed to make it less than 20 days once we have all the data. Deadlines for this year for the IRS, March 3rd, for form distribution. That's the print mail deadline. And then March 31st is the e-file deadline. And for more information, we set up a whole DIY1095 webpage available here at acaprime.com/DIY1095. And these slides will be made available as well. You can reach out to us for that at DIY1095@acaprime.com, or if you have any other specific questions about how to use our service. And with that, here's my contact information as well. You can reach us at DIY1095@acaprime.com. And I'm Brett Bucell, Brett@acaprime.com. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Margaret, and we believe I can close this out.
Yes, thank you, Brett. So that wraps up our agenda for today. Just wanted to give you a very high-level overview. If you have any questions following this, you can reach out to Brett. You can reach out to your benefit broker who introduced you to DIY1095. Margaret, I'm always here if you have questions. Thank you for your time and look forward to assisting you in the reporting.
Thanks, Margaret.